thank you and welcome to another episode of Active Teaching Lab. Sorry, Simone and Allison, I'll get right to you. I have to do some announcements first, some brief messages. So again, we are going to be doing, I have some activities prepped for us today so we can kind of work and see what the app looks like. For those of you online, we are unfortunately unable to get the apps to broadcast via YouTube, so it'll have to be you'll kind of see a shot of it, but it won't be as clear as possible, so sorry about that. So just be prepared. If you have a phone, make sure you have the app downloaded, or try to, if you could. This is the login, so if you're online, just take a still of that, or just kind of pause it on that shot right there, and you'll be able to log into the course. Also another reminder that the Teaching and Learning Symposium is coming up January 9th, so just during winter interim, so please register by December 15th so we know how much food to get, and also call proposals are due on Friday, so if you have some ideas, please let us know by November 1st what you'd like to talk about. And it doesn't necessarily have to be on the theme of this year, but just about teaching and learning and technology. Please send in your proposals. The theme, though, is achieving equity. And we'll have some special speakers on that, and so just a great opportunity to learn from each other and from our speakers as well. All right. As always, if you have questions today online, in the classroom, or just in general, and you're in the College of Letters and Science, contact Kathy Bukowski. She'll also be sticking around today afterwards, so if you need some help as well. And she has her card over there, so if you, right next to the Halloween bucket, if you want to take that with you. All right. So today we're going to be talking about the Canvas mobile app, today we welcome Simon Conceição. She is a professor of adult and continuing education in the School of Education. She teaches courses in distance education, the use of technology with adult learners, instructional design, and adult learning. And also we welcome Allison Hochmuth. She is a graduate program administration coordinator at the School of Education, and she is a UWM alum, so go Panthers. Graduating with a bachelor's in ASL studies and is currently a master's student in adult continuing and higher education administration, and she expects to graduate with a master's in the fall of 2019, so congratulations. That is awesome. Both Simone and Allison have come and given their time today to talk to us about their experience with the Canvas mobile app. So welcome, both of you. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having us. So, as a professor of technology and distance ed, so I will do anything to use technology in different ways. And I'm a big app user in many ways, and I also create apps. I'm currently working on a project for an app in a research project. So I teach one online course, and we also coordinate. All our program is totally online right now. So I started using the app to see, what would help, would make it more efficient. So there are three ways that it's best used for instructors. So one is for updating. So a couple of weeks ago, it was Friday, I closed my computer and I'm like, oh, I forgot to give access to my students to the module for next week starting on Monday, but I like to give them access Friday. So I'm in bed and I'm like, oh, I should do it now, it's Friday night. So I just pick up my phone and I changed the date and gave them access. And then I realized I didn't give the whole access, but at least I remember I could do that on the fly. The other way that I use it is for communicating. So I do set up the notifications, and I like to see when things are happening, and of course I have all the notifications set up, and it works for all courses. You cannot set up for only one course, but that's okay. I can always delete them, or at least it gives me a reminder what's going on. And it was very helpful last night when we are at the point where we are gonna have students uploading their e-portfolios, and I found a flaw in our system, and I was able to quickly, fix that because I get all these reminders. And one more thing is grading. I can also do grading on the fly by going through the app, and it's really easy. Of course, I have a big phone, so it's much easier to do that. If you have a small phone, I have an 8 Plus. If you have a small phone, it's not as good to do, but with a large screen, I can definitely work on it. So it's very, very helpful. And of course, there are other ways you can do that, and we recently I do a lot of team projects for my classes, and so I use Collaborate Ultra. Does anybody here use Collaborate Ultra in Canvas? It's very, very helpful. Even though I could use that for virtual office hours, I prefer to use Zoom. The School of Education has Zoom, but students use that, and I'll let Ellie talk about that because students do a lot of group work and they use Zoom.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, so I'm at the tail end of my master's program, so for most of it I was using D2L for my online classes. So we only started using Canvas in spring. So, I haven't had that much experience with it, but even in that short period of time, I've seen how much more interactive it can be, and how many more notifications that you can get as a student. I like that the messages go right to your email. So along with that, like the mobile app, obviously the keyword there is mobile. So you can take it around with you, especially for a student like myself who works full time and doesn't necessarily want to carry my laptop around with me everywhere I go. It's nice to just be able to do like a quick check my grade or make a discussion post really quick, or even go into Collaborate Ultra to meet with my teammates without having to carry around my laptop. So I think we're going to do a demo
yes.
on that, right?
Absolutely, so that one is, I think that one's yours.
Okay, I can just do this. So we're gonna use this one.
Okay.
This is mine.
That's yours.
Where do we have this two?
Just pull out from there, and then you just click the student.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So if we,
Let's go to
this is fun.
this one.
Mhm. So this is my actual course. This is my last course in grad school.
Yeah.
This is the app. This is the app, correct?
Yes.
Is there a separate app for students?
Yes.
Mhm.
So you have to download.
Right. Yeah.
The students have to download their own. So this is the Collaborate Ultra on the app. So she's going to the general app. I mean, I can go outside the room.
Yeah. Oh, sure, that'd be cool.
It's pretty intuitive.
So it works
Yeah.
pretty darn close to how the desktop app
Mhm.
works. It'll come back, don't worry.
Just, that's I'm very worried.
It
Don't
gives
see
you
it,
lots
sure.
of little like pop-ups to be like, hey, is this working?
Unless you got you get a little time.
I think Simone's joining.
Huh. What kind of, have you like tested this in like a coffee shop or like what kind of connection speed do you need?
There she is.
Here we go. I've only tested it like on campus.
Okay.
So like at the library or
Right, yeah, no,
all
that's good,
around.
yeah.
So, but it works pretty well. Can you hear me, Simone?
I think your mic's off.
Our mic's off, yeah.
Okay. Oh, never mind then. But I think she can see me, but it works like that.
Awesome.
So obviously, if you have more group members, then you're gonna have more little faces. But it's quick. It's a quick, easy way to meet with your teammates, especially in classes where you're doing a lot of group work. So,
That's awesome.
and obviously the mobility is nice because you can do this just kind of like that,
Yeah.
rather than having to like
Are you
hunker down
able to
somewhere
see
with the laptop.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah, we
that's
saw
good.
So I think then
And you found that connection pretty stable when doing with Blackboard Collaborate and awesome, on the mobile
Yes.
app, awesome.
Definitely. So I think probably not a whole lot of people see this feature, but it's super helpful. And the way I have set up for the course is that it records directly.
Yeah, you can
immediately.
record and then it saves a recording of your session. So if you have a team where not everybody's able to make it, at least the person who couldn't make it could watch the recording and catch up with what the group talked about.
So,
Well,
maybe you don't want to
I don't want to
show
show
your
everybody
grades.
my grades.
The discussion.
I mean, you can see them, it's fine.
She's fine.
Yeah.
So, so the other thing you have to be very careful as the instructor is how you design your course, because you have to also think how it's gonna appear on the app. So I tend, after we transferred to Canvas in the spring, our whole online program did the whole transfer together. So students didn't have to be in two different learning management systems. Is how to design that. In the first semester, we realized when we had too many discussions going on at the same time, I would say that feature was better in D12. But in Canvas, so the way to adjust was to run one discussion at a time instead of having several discussions going on. The other thing is also to look at how you organize the module and the links. And so tend to create pages. I don't put everything on the main page of Canvas. When you go to Canvas, I create pages, and within the pages, you create links to the different areas that you see
Yeah.
here.
Canvas is very focused on like that home kind of thing, so having chunking modules together in a logical fashion is the thing I find works best from the
Yes.
student's perspective, to be able to see like, okay, this is the unit that I'm looking at this week, and you can pin the most relevant thing to the top.
If you put everything on the main page, then you have to scroll down. Of course, there are some limitations for the instructor, because when you update your course, the next time you're going to offer, you might have to update all the links you developed, you created within the page. But you can see this page as the learning goals, the reading assignments, and if you go, the resources, the activities. The only thing we haven't discovered yet is how to link to the rubric.
Yes, we did try that, yes.
Yes, well, I would like to create, this area where it shows the rubric. It just gives the main points, the main categories of grading, but, or the team project, I would like to have the whole rubric in there so students could see the rubric. They know exactly what they have to do, and I don't have to copy and paste the entire rubric, but we haven't figured that out yet.
That was close.
We'll get there someday.
Someday. Okay, any other feature here? So you can actually students can take the course on their mobile app.
This is nice. This
Yeah.
page is good. It just shows all of the readings that we need for each unit.
Yeah, I would say D12 didn't have an app.
Right.
You have to do you could use the browser, but it would be very little. You have to amplify,
Mhm.
and it didn't work very well.
Yeah. Like I said, since I'm on the tail end of my program now, I'm graduating in a couple weeks, I'm kind of bummed that I don't get to use Canvas more, but.
But we also created a student support. She did.
Nice.
She created as part of one of her assignments. For
Excellent.
her course.
I have a question for, you've got the list of readings up there.
Mhm.
How do those readings, then, if you've got a link to it, show up on your phone? Is that something that the students can actually
Should I
Yep.
click on one?
Yeah, click
read
on one,
them?
Just automatically
Right there.
downloads it.
and then you go down.
I can read.
Okay,
Same.
so it just depends on your interest and patience in spending time just scrolling through an infinite number of screens.
Yeah, I don't know if I would read an entire article from my phone in
On
the
a
first place,
small
but on a small phone, but at least you can
Perhaps
still.
a mobile, from a tablet.
Yeah,
tablet.
tablet would be more realistic. I'm
Yeah.
just thinking about you know,
Uh-huh.
you start reading one of those long articles, that
Right.
might be a little old school, but you're
Yeah.
just like, oh, scroll,
Even,
scroll,
I
scroll.
think you could even download this to a Kindle
Yep.
or something like a Kindle Fire. You
Mhm.
have the app and read your articles there.
Or, what is
No.
it?
If you go
Yeah.
back, does it go
iPad.
back to the screen that lists all the
Yeah.
okay.
And this, I'll show you a phone, this is a tablet. It's on widescreen on the tablet, it's rotated wide, so you're gonna get the sidebar and that main content area. We can show you
Yeah.
a little bit more on the Android, how it will look slightly different.
Okay.
But they'll reformat it so it maximizes the screen space.
So it's really smooth
It
when
is.
you go between the computer and the mobile app. You will see pretty much the same features. You can use the same functionalities of Canvas, of the learning management system.
Yeah, just organized a little bit differently.
So, but I actually think it's
I think it's
nicer sometimes.
And like you said, it's something rather than nothing that we had D12. So
I don't really use the Office 365 there, but it's possible.
you could.
So the announcements, let's go to the announcements again. You go to the top announcement.
This one.
Yeah. So reminding the students you're gonna be doing the team project, we'll have virtual office hours this week. So it really works like the colors, the formatting, everything is pretty much like the computer-based
Mm-hmm. The web
interface.
version, yeah.
Interface.
Mhm.
Any questions? Yes.
So the instructor have to put the Collaborate Ultra on the navigation?
Yes,
So
Yeah.
the
you have
student
to,
can use it? Okay.
Yeah.
you have to add that to the navigation.
And you can create different groups or.
Yep. Well, let's go there.
Yeah, I'll go back. I'll show you.
So
Oh no, this is collaborations. Not that.
it's right there. Yeah. So what I usually do is I do a general area for discussion that anybody can go in, and I create the groups, the teams,
Yeah.
so they can go to their.
How did you just go to you went to the mobile, to the browser app?
I don't know
Yeah.
how that just happened. Uh-oh.
Still in the browser. That's mine.
That's his. Okay, put it. Nope. Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Fascinating. Alright.
We figure out.
Yeah. There we go.
Yes. So it looks just like the computer, but this is really a tablet, and it will look just like that on the phone.
Mhm.
See if I can go to
Any other questions?
There was a problem.
Anecdotally, I'm in the mobile app on my phone right now. I don't have a particularly massive phone and it still looks really clean.
Yeah.
It looks very
Yeah.
clean.
Yeah, it's a super intuitive mobile interface,
I think
which is
so,
nice to
yeah.
see because I remember when I was in grad school using D2L and it was not fun.
No, it was, yeah. Yeah, I think,
Could you click on modules? What do the modules look like?
sure. Where's, there.
So the way I organize my courses is that, for example, I don't do more than 5 or 7 modules for the entire course. I organize the class into units or modules, and then it will be 2 or 3 weeks. Or now, because I don't like to do 2 discussions at the same time, so I will do one discussion that they will post their concept maps and they can share with everybody. Actually, the students ask me, can I have a discussion that everybody can see each other's concept map instead of just an assignment so we can learn from each other? And I said, okay, not a problem. And then I have a discussion for the content discussion or the team project. I don't do them together. I used to do the content discussion and the team project running at the same time. Change that.
There's my concept map. Do you like it?
So they are sharing that in the discussion, so they can see how people understand the topics,
Mhm.
so they can learn from each other. So within a module, I create one page, and I include the goals of that module, the resources that came with the book, if there were some, the activities, links to the discussion. So I have a main page.
So this one.
So I'm going to show you another course that's self-paced. That I just finished the course last week. It was a 1 credit. So
And this is the teacher app?
it's the teacher app. Okay, and it's very similar to the student app. I only have 3 modules for this class. And what I did, let me go to module 1. Okay, and what I do is I have students because it's self-paced, and I've taught this course several times, and students feel like they don't talk to each other. So I decided to add a video that would stimulate their thinking about the topic of that module. And then I have an open discussion that I don't grade. Well, I thought nobody's going to participate in the discussion. I'm wrong. I got so many, look at this. It's an open discussion, it's not graded. I'm like, what? They were participating more than the regular discussion because they had to talk about their experience, it was relevant to them. It was really, really, really nice. So this is, and then they would do, I did a lot of, so let me go back here. In this module, they did and you can see it's very clear on the app. They did the readings that they would have to choose some, not read them all. Then they had some resources on how to create a concept map. I'm a big concept map person. And then they had to do a self-reflection, and the self-reflection was really great. And then the way they would do it is they would answer 3 questions. For this one, I used a text entry. I didn't have them to upload a file. I was experimenting, and it worked really well when they did the text entry. So now I'm grading the last one, and and you can see, I can, if I want to, I can do the grade, oops, sorry. Okay. I can do the people, or I can, assignments, and I see this one person did grading, so here it is. And then, so I haven't really graded this one in here, but it shows the ones that are graded. See, I can go per student. I don't want the names of the students to show up much.
Yeah, so the text entry, did you get any pushback for just only having text entry?
Nope.
And your experience was it was a better experience for you as a teacher?
Yeah, I mean, it was okay. They didn't have to do more steps. They could do on their own, and then copy and paste, or they could just go in there and type. It was a reflection. They had to answer and tell me what they had learned or what was still not clear about that unit or module. So it gives you an idea. Let's go back. And I always use the announcements, and sometimes the students will reply to my announcements. I make it available for them to reply.
Any other questions or comments before we move on to the demonstration phase?
Just a question about any recommendations you have for course design and organization so that it will work well on the mobile app. Allison, you mentioned you find it's very helpful to have modules that include all the materials for that unit. And from either of you, I'm wondering, do you have any other suggestions?
So not too much information. Use bullet points. So let's go here.
Have like headings if you can, like to organize things into
Colors.
Yeah, bold things that are important.
See, it's when they see it, they know exactly what they have to do. The only thing I would like to have was the link to the rubric, but we are still trying to figure that out. So I add everything for that module in one page. And then I go and give little pieces during announcements, which I love about announcements, because I can connect them to that page, I can connect to the discussion, and it's so easy to create those links now.
And students have been able to go from the announcement directly to what you're linking to?
Yeah. So let's see. Let's go, you've done that, yeah, so let's see if I have, okay, welcome to module 2. It went right there. So this is, I go back to the announcement. Oh, come on, announcements, let's go to module. Okay, so here is just a short announcement to remind the students, okay? So here is a link to module 1, so if I click, it goes right to module 1. It's very intuitive, but you have to think like a student. How are you going to reach to the different areas of your course?
Yeah. And just one final question. In your experience, do you think students are using push notifications on their mobile devices more than, say, having notifications, using Office 365 email to check notifications?
I don't know, but I think they are getting, some of them are, but not everybody. So the other thing I learned when you do the grading, so I use rubrics, okay? And sometimes I'll write the comment right within the rubric, but students don't get a push on those comments. But if you write the comments at the bottom, if they are signed up for the notifications, they will get those comments. I started realizing that when I would get messages, when I would get the notifications, and I'm like, oh, okay.
Can students see the rubric when they go to submit the assignment?
Okay, so let's go to yours. Now we know how to use it.
That's right. It's got no home button.
So
Okay,
where-
so
Concept map?
go to assignments.
That's where I am.
Okay, assignments. Yeah, go to the concept map.
This one?
Yeah.
You can put the assignments on that page too, if you put
Yeah,
everything on.
submission and rubric.
Yeah.
Right there.
Right.
But it would be
No.
in the submission area. Is there an
Yeah.
assignment you haven't done yet?
Here we go.
There it is. There is the rubric.
Yeah.
Oh wow,
But
that
it's
rubric looks
not-
totally different.
It looks
Yeah.
totally different. But is there a way they can see it before they submit? I guess that's what I'm asking.
Yeah. So why don't you go to module 5? Oh, no, but it's not open.
Yeah.
The current module 3. Let's see, pages. Oh. This one? Yeah. Now the concept map. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, you
I
already
already
posted.
submitted it, yeah.
But yeah, you're supposed to, you can see that. You should be able to see it.
That's a good question.
Yeah, so even if they can't see it within the page, because
Mhm.
you've copied and pasted it,
Yeah.
they should be able to see it before they submit.
Yeah, and it would be in the syllabus also.
Everything is in
Yeah.
Oh, it's taking forever.
Yeah. Taking a while.
I'll look that up though, Sarah, too. I'll just I'll show you a screenshot of it. I'll go start,
Okay.
I'll mess around with that today. And send that in the
Are we
lab
going
notes
over
then.
your time?
Because I know it shows up on the
Last
computer,
question.
on your test.
Yeah,
sheet,
you know,
but I
from-
don't know what it is.
That looks totally different
Yeah.
though,
Yeah.
so I'll be interested
Yeah.
to see what it looks like, so. But yeah, that's what, I'll do this afternoon, so we'll get that sent out.
Guess you don't have anything else?
That's what I'm doing.
Wow, it's still taking a
Taking a
while.
minute.
Yeah, anyway.
Alright.
Alright.
Well, no, it's
Okay.
all, no,
It's tired.
but, oh.
Yeah, it's still
wore it out.
loading
Yeah.
the concept map.
Did a
Oh,
lot of
because it's
work
private
today.
picture.
Yeah.
Well, thank
Yeah.
you so
Oh, yeah.
much.
You're welcome.
All right, well, that leaves us with today's activity. So we're going to demonstrate what it is to submit a discussion and an assignment. And I believe the first one up is a discussion. So if you were to go to the Active Teaching Lab Fall 2019 course, October 30th, there should be 2 assignments for you. I'm sure I probably forgot to submit them or turn them on, I suppose, huh? Let's see, let's just make sure. I already opened that all up. It's Halloween coming up. Thank you, calendar. And yep, they're all active. So you should see very close to the top an October 30th discussion and an assignment. So if you could, with the discussion, follow the on-screen instructions. If you have a mobile app, try to submit it on a mobile app. Let us know what that looks like. Otherwise, I can do it too. And if you can, submit an image or a picture. See if you can get that. Yes?
For the mobile, you'd have to have the student app though. I just have the teacher app.
Yeah, you'd have to download the student app. Absolutely. Yep. No, that's good.
You might want to switch you've got.
Well, I'll switch to that one. Thank you. I would forget. All right. So, while you are submitting your discussion, I will log out. And send it.
Yeah, I have a little, mine's too. I tried to make it phone and it was such a 2-week nightmare.
All right. So, let everyone keep working on that, and I'll go.
It's true, but you can get it for free. Because it'll hold for 2 weeks. Campus you gotta do every day. That's not really that big. Okay, that's cool, you can send a picture.
Okay.
No pictures.
So I see the discussion. I see that I have 2 that are submitted. So the nice thing is, so this is the app for the teachers. I have those 3 little little wheels, the data for analytics, basic analytics of who submitted, who needs to be graded, who has been graded. What's the line? Oh, I can post grades. Let's see, swipe left or right, view other student submissions. Nice. And here we go, Speed Grader. Sweet. Inside of the app. So, okay, we got Heidi, so let's take a picture. Oh, we got a video file, so I'll pop open that and open an iMovie because it's.
I did not realize this was a video. It's okay.
I did say family friendly, right? So we're okay.
It's supposed to be with my cat.
Oh, okay, all right, well,
Yeah. Fridges or something.
Can I? Oh, I haven't downloaded
Oh,
the app.
no, don't worry about it. No,
Okay, it's okay. No, thank you. But it was just good to see how it works. That's what we're doing. All right.
I'll try an actual photo.
And let's see. I'll make a comment. Couldn't open. Please resub it.
So if you have the notification, you should get a message.
All right, cool, thank you. There's the
Let's
grade.
see if it's gonna appear on yours.
All right. What's the story? Wizard of Oz. Awesome. All right, well, it's okay. So I give a grade. Let's see, what's this plus button?
What kind of grade is that?
Wow.
Oh,
There you go, just a sliding bar.
yeah.
10 for 10.
10 for 10. I'm doing all right today.
That's right, Spider-Man. 10 for 10. Dinosaur, what dinosaur?
T-Rex.
Nice.
Good choice.
My grandma made me a Triceratops costume. That was my favorite one. Yeah, my son fits in it now. Yeah.
It's pretty cute.
It is.
Family heirloom now.
It is kind of.
Yeah.
It's like multi-generation.
Yeah.
All right. So there, I've submitted, I've done some grading. I can release those grades. I can see, there we go. I've graded 3. There's 3 that need to be graded. 24 haven't submitted. I can see, oh, cool. And I can see the replies down here as well. Not sure where Sarah's is, but Heidi's is.
Oh, Heidi, yeah.
Yeah.
Keep scrolling, maybe it's below.
Is it? I thought I'd posted, and I tried embedding an image, but I'm curious if it
Let's see.
came through.
Great, I've graded those, and these are the ones I haven't graded. Okay, maybe it's just the ones I've graded.
See, you just got a message.
I've been getting, okay, there we go. I'm getting some good notifications here. There's Heidi tries again. There's an image. Okay, it's not loading, so it's not going to require me to load. Movie. Huh. This is fascinating. So it's my more option. I'm going to open this in.
You see the thumbnail.
Do you see a thumbnail?
Yeah, up at the top of a app window that you have.
The image right there.
Yeah, you can see like the image.
Upper bar of that
Cool.
dialog box.
Where is it here?
Okay, so in the central dialog box in App Store, your hand's like right above it. Where it says JPEG image 1.6.
Oh, right here? Oh, yeah, so I can see it.
Well, click on it, maybe it'll open.
It's not opening. I can save to files, because that's what we can do now in my iPad. And where's I have a, let's see. All right, now let's go to files. I have no idea where I put it. On my iPad. There it is. You're a cookie.
Oh, look at that.
Nice.
The library's at Key Bay sale this morning.
Oh, very good.
Shameless self-promotion.
No, that's all right. That's all right. All right.
Best kind of.
Well, I was able to view it. That's a little
What if
neat.
you opened it in iMovie? Would it open there?
I just had to download the app. So I don't have all my, I need to download a couple apps. I probably need to download a preview app and a movie app, the iMovie app. So that is a good thing to know if you're going to be using the mobile app. You need to have some other apps that can render some of those images, because it's not running in a browser, and the browser will open up all those things for you. This is in a browser, so it's going to have another application to open those videos or the images even. So, for what that's worth. All right, good. We're having some good ads. All right, so Heidi, I'll give you a 10 for 10 there.
Just out of curiosity, is anybody using an Android device to post yet, or
Well,
mostly iPhone
here,
people?
I'll do it right now.
Because I've been working with a Google phone and it's really hard. I haven't been able to figure out how to do like an in-text photo yet. I keep adding them as attachments and I think that's why it's not working. But I could also just be like morning brain totally overlooking the in-text in the lab too.
So this is loading up, and I can actually, here, let me. right, Kathy, I'm returning
Mhm.
to
Okay.
this. All right. Thanks, Visor. Yes, I know I'm going on the cheap route. Okay. Okay, so the graininess, I'm afraid, is a result of me running free software. Okay, otherwise it looks fairly clear on my screen. So this is the app inside of Android. This is the student app. And the nice thing about if you run the student app, so I always download the teacher and the student app because I can see what the course looks like as a student. It's like running test student. So, okay, I'm in the student app. I see my module list right up here. I see my announcements, my files, all the other things that I can access. Again, I'm also kind of not a great test student because I can see everything because I'm kind of also in my own account. All right, so I'm going to click on Modules, Home. There's the discussion. I'll click on Discussion. And I'll say, okay, what was my favorite Halloween costume as a kid, da-da-da. And oh, there's some more cool stuff.
Oh.
Saw images here. So again, there are differences between the mobile app on Android and Canvas. Subtle differences generally, but this is one of them. It looks like the image just pops on. So that's cool. I can go and click on Reply. It's a little bit hidden. It's right there. Red, and I'll click my own message. Oops. Sarah Tops by Graham. All right, and then I can attach an image from my gallery, my camera, or I can press the home button and the power button and take a screenshot. I'll take it from the gallery. Oops, ad supported. Yes, it is ad supported. Thank you. And free software. Thank you. Okay, gallery. Let's see. Oh, I guess I didn't take any, or do I have any pictures here? There we go. I have to go way back. I think I did have it. See if I can. So I can just go through.
Can you do a search?
Well, I'd have to have a better. Oh, there we go.
There is a search.
Well, there's Benson, but he doesn't have a senior. Okay, well we'll try that. Okay, we'll see how that works. And he does have his. Okay, there we go. So it's pretty easy to go through those pictures. Yep. So what do I have? Okay, that was it. And then I have my image at the bottom, and I don't see the image yet. Maybe it takes a while to load, or maybe I just need to click on it. I don't know what anyone else can see.
Just the attachment.
So Sarah, how did you put your picture on? Was it on that?
So, no, I was doing it entirely on my phone.
Which
But I
is-
still am not able to see it on my own phone, so
Oh,
I don't
really?
think it actually went through. So I was, in my reply, at the very bottom of the screen, I had a button that looked like embed image, which actually then just took me to attachments.
Okay.
And I picked out an image from my photo library on my phone.
How old is your phone? Is it a new phone?
It's not very new. It's
Oh, right. Very good. Very good.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes,
so
yes, yes.
that-
Picture.
Yeah.
That button, but again, like, I just see this empty little square. It's not really showing.
No, this is. Oh, oops. Allow it. Okay.
So it shows up on my computer though as a link, and I can link and get to the picture.
So as long as you're there, Lane, I'd
Go
like
for
to
it.
mention when you're doing videos, you actually want to click that picture image we found rather than doing an attachment, or it's really hard for people in discussions to open your videos again on mobile. And I have instructions for iOS on that Lane will include in lab notes. because we found out the hard way adding it as an attachment. No one can play it again, it just looks like a video attachment, you can't play it on the
That-
iPhone.
Thank you, because
Yeah.
yes, that is right. So there is, you do need to try it
Really
with
have to
that
use
button
that other,
right over here.
I spam
Reply.
message board with a bunch of different other things too.
yeah, and the worst is you have to scroll first,
That
but
one,
when you
and you
get
have to
there, because
scroll.
if you do that little paper clip, a lot of times it's just, we've done a lot of testing on this, and we found that paper clip isn't as useful, because you can't play it again, and it's an attachment rather than
This was the first time
inline.
using that icon that I was able to see my image in text.
Yes,
Using the
exactly.
photo,
I use that
everything else
button.
Yeah,
But when I saw my,
your image.
my image wasn't there. I think there's an attachment.
Yeah, on the computer, they all are attachments.
Except for Sarah's. There's another one. There's Heidi's second one that just popped open. And I don't see, oh, there it is, yep. That's just there, it's just saved as an image. So did you save it like with that little, the one we showed you with the little
Yeah.
icon?
Uh-huh.
So maybe it takes a while to load up onto their server and then pop up, that's a possibility. So that could, okay. And so, because you're bouncing from there to the servers and back to here, and maybe the browsers we're using the app. Does anyone have any questions about the Android app? So if you notice, it looks a lot, and they do condense it down. It looks a lot small, there's a lot less stuff here, because it's on a smaller screen. I mean, this is a 5-year-old Android that it's running on, and so it's a lot more condensed. Any questions about this? Because it doesn't have that sidebar, it's on a vertical screen. Okay, I'm gonna plug in ye old laptop here instead. All right, so one more, let's do an assignment. So if you go to the next act,
So see, they look at like links on your computer though. You look
Yeah.
at the pictures.
yep, and
Is
that's,
there a way you can change your settings so they open? Oh, but that one showed up.
and that's where we're, and this one Sarah's did too.
Just might take a while.
And maybe it takes a little while, we're still,
We'll see.
yeah, absolutely, yeah, I think that's the thing, is just kind of,
Oh.
yeah, this is an attachment, so I'd have to, so there are, and that's the other thing as well, that, we're learning this, so, thank you for, that's why I wanted to do the pictures, see how that worked. Let's try a text on an assignment. I feel like we kind of got an idea of what SpeedGrader looks like just in the discussion itself. But I can see, I'm going to go back to my module, click on the discussion, and I can see how many have not submitted, how many need to be graded, and how many are graded. There we go, I have faith, it'll pop back.
Green screen
Privacy.
training.
That's right, that's right.
You should be a
I should-
weatherman.
Exactly, the cold front. Okay. So here's my assignment. This is what it looks like. Wonder. Oops, done.
Whoops.
Oops. Nope. Okay. You know what? How many has submitted it?
I submitted
I
one.
did.
You did. Okay. All right. Has anyone not? Okay. So wait. Just wait a second before you submit, because we're going to test this out. Since, well, I'm running out of time, but well, I'll put a rubric on that as I can. All right, so wait. Actually, I can just show you right now because I haven't. This guy hasn't turned it in yet. All right, T-Lab announcements. Nope, not that one. Oh, this is different.
Well, the student view, I can't see anything on the sign.
Yeah, it's, come on, there we go. I'm gonna close those apps. Oh, good grief.
Under the controls, using pages.
Is this an Apple?
This is the, yeah, this is a new Apple tablet, yep.
Different things, color coded.
It's,
But so they can go back.
it's the Apple, it's the iPad Pro.
Okay.
Even uses it for his, so, that's another interesting thing, is, I'm gonna close these apps. Yeah,
It's like a computer.
I know, and that's the thing, like they've also upgraded the iOS, so it does work, like you can use a mouse with it and a keyboard.
Oh, really?
Yeah, oh, it's totally awesome.
You can like.
Yeah, he even uses this for his courses. Alright, so announcements, people, some modules, discussions. Okay, this is the teacher app, student, there you go. So I did notice that it gets a little flaky, and if it does, restart that app. It's just like pressing refresh on the other thing, so that's what I did. I had some errors on here. So here is the, yep, or go back. Well, I think, I noticed it was kept on the home not working, so here's the assignment. I have a rubric on this,
So you decide the tag.
not submitted.
So.
Yeah, the rubric looks the
Submit and rubric, there we go. So Sarah, here's your question, right here, the rubric. Submission and rubric, I'll click on that.
But it doesn't look the same as the computer.
Oh wow, that is kind of cool though, look at that thing. Comments, files,
Yeah.
rubric, not showing, of course. There is a rubric in here, but it is, the idea looks nice, if it worked.
Because you didn't grade anybody maybe?
Well, there should be a rubric attached to it. Oh, maybe not. Maybe I messed up on when I created the rubric.
Yeah, it just tells me there is no rubric for this assignment.
Ah, thank you. I bet you I fudged it. All right.
You posted in another assignment.
Exactly. Here we go. So I pressed the use this rubric, and then I didn't hit create this. Then I hit. Must not have.
So, yeah, I think.
Got it. All right. Well,
I love the rubric in Canvas.
Yeah.
I think this is really cool if I can get it to stick. All right, one more time, and then we'll have to wrap it up. Afraid we'll have to sing our goodbye songs. All right. Let's use this for grading. Thank you. There we are. There we are. Let's go back home. Mobile app. Just got assignment. Submission. Did I get it to stick?
I think you have to get out to
I
read
think
it.
you're right. I'll try one more time. Come on. I'm not sure exactly how to use this, so there we go. Okay. One more time into the breach. And mobile app. Assignment. Rubric. Hello. I have it saved. This is the right thing. It's still not showing.
It's showing online.
It's showing on yours.
On my iPad.
Awesome. All right, so you can look at it theoretically. It's right here. I just did it all in white, which I think there might be an accessibility issue on that one. Just a little bit.
Okay.
All right.
The screen reader captured it.
The screen reader captured. Actually, the people, actually for them it works better. All right. There's people who do need a screen reader.
Now it's all in black.
No, it's all in
We're
black.
trying to keep it all equal, you know?
Yeah, I see.
Oh, in high school, I used to do this all the time. All right. So, any questions though? Feel free to hang out and play with this. I'll be around. Kathy will be around. We're paid by the hour, so we're happy to stick around and help you out if you have any questions. Otherwise, please do fill out the blue handout. We really appreciate these. The evaluation forms, they really help us kind of tweak this every week to make it better. This week I brought candy. I thought I was going to be like, Halloween and bribe you at the same time for the evaluations. But that's what Active Teaching Lab is all about. We're really trying to help you learn the new technology, learn a new teaching strategy, really build this community. So please feel free to stick around and talk to each other and learn from each other. And then also feel free to get some more bagels as well, or coffee too. So thank you so much for your attendance this week. Please, again, let your friends know about Active Teaching Lab. Bring a buddy. This is always more fun with more people, especially Buddy the Elf. If anyone dresses up as that, you get bonus points. Next week, Shelley Lund is going to be talking to us about Canvas Learning Outcomes and using the Canvas Learning Outcomes platform and tool. I'm really excited about this because I have no idea about how she has this all set up. She has a really great system in play. I've been really excited to learn from her. So please come next week for Shelley Lund. Thank you for your attendance this week. Have a great week. Thank you for all of those online as well. And take care. We'll see ya.